In the village of Oluma, nestled between the green hills and the wide savanna, there lived a young woman named Nia. Oluma is a place where the drumbeats never cease, and the air is always thick with the rhythm of life. It is a community that knows how to celebrate, how to mourn, and how to honor their ancestors. But for Nia, life was different from the others in the village. You see, Nia was cursed. The curse, as the elders told it, had been placed upon her at birth. When she was a child, it was easy to dismiss her odd condition. But as Nia grew older, the curse became harder to ignore. It was the smell. Whenever she danced, an overwhelming odor, sharp and pungent, would accompany her every move. And the scent was unlike anything the villagers had ever smelled before. Some say it was the smell of the wild, of the beast in the deep forest. Others thought it was the scent of the ancestors, marking her for something important, something special. But whatever it was enough to make others stay away from her. Nia was born in the early days of the rains, when the village was busy with planting yams and cassava. Her father, Amari, was the chief drummer of the village. He taught the villagers how to drum, how to move in time with the beat, how to dance and celebrate life with the sound of his drum. His drum was said to be magical. No one could deny its power. Ania, his only daughter, was born into a life surrounded by rhythm. But as Nia grew, the villagers began to notice that whenever she danced, they would recoil. The other girls would play together, twirling in the dust, spinning in their colorful cloths. But when Nia joined in, they would stop and pull away, wrinkling their noses, looking at her as though she was carrying a curse. The boys, who once admired her grace, started to distance themselves, turning their eyes away from her whenever she walked by. It was the smell. There was nothing to be done about it. Nia was heartbroken. Her only joy had been dancing to the sound of her father's drums, but now it seemed that joy had been taken from her. Her father, Amari, noticed her sadness. But what could he do? His own reputation as a master drummer was untainted by his daughter's plight, but he could see her spirit breaking. In the evenings, after the village had gone to sleep, Nia would sneak out and dance alone by the fire. She danced in the shadows, where the light couldn't touch her, where no one could see the tears that dripped onto her cheeks as she spun in time with the rhythms of the drums she could still hear in her heart. One hot, dry afternoon, when the sun was high above the village and the land seemed to shimmer with heat, a stranger arrived in Oluma. He was a wanderer, tall and dark-skinned, with a wide smile that stretched across his face like a river. His name was Kofi, and he was a drumming man from a far-off village, known for his ability to play the drum like no one else.